Keloğlan is a very special boy from Turkish stories. He does not have any hair on his head. That is why people call him Keloğlan, which means bald boy. He lives with his old mother in a small, poor house in a village. They do not have much money, but they have a lot of love. Keloğlan is not a prince, and he is not a strong warrior with big muscles. He is just a simple boy, but he is very famous and loved by everyone, from children to adults. His stories have been told for many years, passing from grandparents to their grandchildren, always bringing a smile and a valuable lesson. People love Keloğlan because he is very funny and very smart. He always finds himself in difficult situations or facing big problems. Sometimes he has to deal with a mean giant, a tricky witch, or a greedy king. Other people would be scared, but Keloğlan is brave. He uses his quick thinking, not his fists, to solve these problems. He shows everyone that you do not need to be rich or powerful to be a hero. You just need a good heart and a clever mind. His simple appearance hides a truly extraordinary character, who can outsmart anyone who tries to do wrong. His adventures are always exciting and full of laughter. One day, he might be trying to find a magical bird to help his mother. The next day, he could be on a quest to win the heart of a beautiful princess. He travels to faraway lands, climbs tall mountains, and explores dark forests. Along the way, he meets many interesting characters. Some are friends who help him on his journey, and some are enemies who try to stop him. But no matter how big the challenge is, Keloğlan never gives up. He faces every danger with a smile and a clever plan. The main reason Keloğlan is such a beloved hero is his pure heart. He is incredibly kind and always wants to help others. He shares his last piece of bread with someone who is hungry. He helps an old man carry a heavy load. He is a true friend to animals and people alike. This kindness is his greatest strength. It is why, in the end, he always wins against those who are selfish and cruel. His stories teach us that being good to others is the most important thing in the world. He is a symbol of hope and goodness for all. In one famous story, Keloğlan hears that the king's daughter is very sick. The king promises a bag of gold to anyone who can make her laugh again. Many rich and powerful men try. They bring expensive gifts and tell fancy jokes, but the princess does not even smile. Keloğlan decides to try his luck. He does not have any gold or fancy clothes. He just has his wit. He goes to the palace and does a silly dance and makes funny faces. His simple and honest humor is so surprising that the princess bursts into laughter. Keloğlan shows that laughter is a better gift than gold. Another time, a fearsome giant was scaring Keloğlan's village. The giant was huge and strong, and everyone was afraid. The giant demanded all the village's food. Keloğlan knew he could not fight the giant with his fists. So, he used his brain. He challenged the giant to a contest of strength. First, Keloğlan squeezed a piece of white cheese, and the white liquid dripped out. He told the giant it was a stone, and he was squeezing water from it. The giant was amazed and scared of Keloğlan's strength. Keloğlan tricked the giant into leaving the village alone forever, saving everyone without a single fight. Keloğlan's adventures often involve outsmarting greedy people. Once, a rich merchant tried to cheat Keloğlan. The merchant sold him a magical donkey that was supposed to produce gold coins. Of course, it was just a normal donkey. Keloğlan did not get angry, he got clever. He invited the merchant for dinner and showed him a magical pot that could cook food by itself. The rich man wanted the pot and offered a lot of money for it. Keloğlan sold the normal pot to the merchant and got his money back, teaching the cheater a lesson about his own greed. In every story, Keloğlan's journey is full of unexpected turns. He might get lost in an enchanted forest where the trees can talk, or he might have to answer 3 impossible riddles from a wise old wizard to cross a bridge. He always listens carefully and thinks before he acts. He notices small details that others miss. This ability to think differently is his superpower. His adventures are not just about reaching a destination, they are about the clever and funny ways he overcomes every obstacle he finds on his path, making new friends along the way. Keloğlan's most important quality is his intelligence. He is a master of problem solving. When faced with a powerful enemy, he does not panic. Instead, he calmly observes the situation and looks for a weakness. For example, If he meets a monster that is very strong but not very smart, Kelolan will use words and riddles to confuse it. He understands that a sharp mind is more powerful than a sharp sword. He proves that you can win any battle if you think creatively. His solutions are never violent. They are always clever, surprising, and often very funny for everyone watching. His kindness is just as famous as his cleverness. Kelolan always chooses to help those in need, even if it means putting himself in danger. In one tale, he finds a bird with a broken wing. Instead of ignoring it, he carefully takes the bird home and nurses it back to health. This bird turns out to be a magical creature that later helps Kelolan in a moment of great need. This story shows that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. His compassion for others always comes back to help him in the end, showing the circular nature of goodness. He is a model of honesty and justice. Kelolan cannot stand to see unfairness. If he sees a rich man bullying a poor farmer, he will step in to defend the farmer. He is not afraid to speak truth to power. He might use a clever trick or a funny story to expose the rich man's cruelty and make him look foolish in front of everyone. Kelolan becomes the voice for the voiceless and a champion for the weak. He fights for what is right, not with weapons, but with his courage and his intelligence, ensuring that justice prevails in his community. His character is a perfect mix of humor, wit, and empathy. He can make you laugh with his silly antics in one moment and impress you with his brilliant logic in the next. He is a friend to all good people and a tricky opponent to all villains. Kelolan's stories are not just about winning. They are about how he wins. He wins with honor, with cleverness, and with a smile. He shows that you can face the world's biggest challenges with a light heart and a strong moral compass, making him a true hero for all ages. The stories of Kelolan are much more than simple fairy tales. They are filled with important lessons that are still valuable today. The main message is that your inner qualities are more important than your outer appearance. Kelolan is poor and bald, but he is heroic because he is smart, brave, and kind. The stories teach us not to judge people by how they look or how much money they have. True worth comes from your character, your actions, and the goodness you hold inside your heart. This is a lesson that everyone, young and old, should remember in their daily lives. Another important lesson from Kelolan is the power of intelligence over brute force. In a world that often celebrates strength and aggression, Kelolan shows a different path. He teaches us to think before we act, to look for creative solutions, and to use our minds to overcome difficulties. His victories remind us that a clever plan can defeat the biggest giant. This encourages children to value education, creativity, and critical thinking. It tells them that their mind is the most powerful tool they will ever have, capable of solving any problem they might face. Furthermore, Kelolan's tales are a celebration of optimism and resilience. He faces many hardships. He is often hungry, poor, and underestimated by others. But he never loses hope. He always believes in himself and in a better tomorrow. He meets every challenge with a positive attitude and a determination to succeed. This teaches the reader an invaluable lesson about perseverance. No matter how difficult life gets, we should never give up. We must face our problems with courage and a hopeful spirit, just like our beloved bald boy hero. In the end, the world of Kelolan is a world where goodness triumphs over evil, kindness is rewarded, and intelligence is the ultimate superpower. His stories leave us with a feeling of warmth and hope. They remind us to be brave, to be clever, but most importantly, to be kind. Kelolan is not just a character in a story. He is a friend and a teacher. He shows us that even the simplest person can make a big difference in the world. And that is the most magical lesson of all. A timeless truth that will continue to inspire for generations to come.